Hello, everybody. It is Monday, February 6th, and we are here. H3 Podcast is live. We are unstoppable. We are unmovable. Nobody will ever shut us down. Nobody will ever stop us. I will not be told what to do or how to do it. I am here. I am proud. I am Ethan Klein. You will never defeat me.
We'll do it live.
I will never be stopped. Ever.
We'll do it live.
Ever. We're doing it live.
I'm not going to ask what happened.
Yeah. Well, you know, first of all, let me introduce our guest here. It's Gecko, Therapy Gecko. Let's talk. Let's get right into it. So let me check the list here. We've got our wonderful callers. Vanessa, 21, wonderful member. Thank you. They're
21. Fuck you.
They're having issues on if they should invite their relatives to their wedding or not.
Let's talk. Let's hear about it.
That's a, you know. Wait, her name's Venus. Okay, she got the Venus Emily names, but her first name's Venus.
Let's talk to Venus.
All right, let's talk to Venus. Give me 1 second. Let me move that.
Venus sounds a lot like penis. I've just occurred to me.
That's the most. I hope that's the most controversial thing said
today. Me too.
And your thoughts on Venus actually sounds a lot like penis. Is that an issue for you?
No, that's actually a really good thing. As like a double drag performer, I have like both like a masculine and feminine performance. I can be penis and Venus.
Oh, we love that. We love that. All right, Venus, why don't you tell us a little bit about your issues and let's see if we can help you navigate.
Okay. So I met my boyfriend 3 years ago on Tinder. It surprisingly worked out, which was a huge shock to me. And we met a month before COVID began, which was really super fun. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ethan. I can't hear you on this end.
Oh, he didn't say anything.
Oh, I might be behind. My apologies. So basically his parents did something very not nice, and I basically picked him up from his house, and they got really mad at me. So I made a TikTok about it because I was a dumbass 18-year-old and thought that my view was small. And she saw it. And she's been really, really upset ever since, even though I apologized. And, you know, that kind of was like it for me, whatever. And then one time she, and this is his mom, she told him, he goes, you know, what you're saying is really affecting her negatively. And, you know, she feels, you know, depressed. And she goes, well, why would you want to be with someone like that for the rest of your life?
Okay, I want to back up a little bit. We're going to need some details about what they did, first of all. Is that a good place to start?
Yeah, if you're cool with sharing it.
Mom, I'm talking on the phone. You're going to have to give me a sec.
Oh, what's going on there?
Oh, my mom's just delivering a package to me.
You live with your mom?
Yeah, I'm a young.
Yeah, you're young. I get it.
Did you run this issue by her as well?
Oh they know about. Oh, Mom, they're on the screen right there.
Okay.
But
Can your mom say hi to us or no?
Mom, you want to say hi?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She's probably aware of this issue we're about to take on.
Yeah, I want to hear her. I want to hear the whole issue first, but then I'd love to hear your mom's take after we get.
Is your mom available?
Mom,
Not like single. I mean, like available for the phone call. Sorry.
I can do that.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah,
she
okay,
can come
great.
sit in with us.
Great.
We're talking about someone's or my relationship and the current issues we're having with the parents.
Oh. Okay.
Now, let me just put something out there. The first time you put this on TikTok, and that was the root of your troubles, is it possible, but doing this call live on the show
gonna make it
could
worse.
also probably create a further riff? Or do
You know,
you think?
when you said Emily, I was like, Cam? but it's okay. We're going full balls to the walls with it. It's
Oh,
live.
Okay.
shit.
So we're 100% out there.
But we're gonna keep my name Venus.
Venus,
And
Venus, Venus. So are you sure you want to do this? I'll give you the
Oh, yeah.
out. Okay.
We're gonna say I'm Venus and I'm from Canada.
So Venus from Canada. What? So by the way, with the wedding, is it like you're not sure whether to invite your boyfriend's mom?
Both parents.
Both the parents. What? So when you talked to your boyfriend about this whole situation, what was his take? Is that causing like some conflict between you guys?
Like after 3 years, we're both kind of like over it. Like,
Okay.
I've apologized and, I feel and I hope that I've put a lot of effort into trying to redeem the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like it's going nowhere. And, it's painful not having a relationship with, your not step family,
Significant other's parents, yeah.
and in-laws and stuff like
Well,
that.
but we must go back to the genesis of this issue.
Oh.
We have to understand the birth of this conflict.
Okay. So this was like week 2 or 3 into COVID. Like nobody knew what was going on really. However, we both both of us did not go outside at all. And he was feeling upset that he couldn't come with me, and he had an argument with his parent. And I don't like to inject into other people's and other parents' arguments, except when someone punches a hole in the door. That was like.
Is that a metaphor?
No, that's dead ass.
Okay.
That's dead ass.
It sounds like a metaphor.
Is dead ass a metaphor?
No, dead ass is like straight up, like
Straight
that
up.
Okay.
Yeah, like no
I've always
cap.
wondered what that meant.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to parse the information here. You went out during COVID. He wanted to come with you. They got in an argument that resulted in
No.
his mom or dad punching a hole in the wall.
I hadn't gone out. He hadn't gone out. He wanted to come over for like a couple hours at my house, stay at my house, just us two hanging out.
Okay, I see. And the resulting argument ended up with one of his parents punching a hole in the wall?
Yes.
Okay. That's definitely some kind of anger issue going on back there for sure.
Is that the sort of extent of what the initial thing was about?
Yeah, there's something missing.
Yeah.
Is there anything missing? That's it?
That was basically it. I mean,
Well, why did that? I feel
Yeah.
there's something missing from this.
Well, look, from what you told us, I mean, if we're gonna be in the future with where the wedding is, can I hear just a little bit? Like, I know that this happened a while ago. What is your relationship with them like today?
So I have not seen them since Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween, I said hi,
Okay.
and that was about it.
I need to understand, why was punching a hole in the wall so problematic to you?
It scared me.
But were you there?
I was FaceTiming him at the time.
Okay, so you saw it on the screen and that scared you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody wants to see someone or hear someone potentially, like, I didn't know if it was going to escalate further. Sorry, I don't want to come up at all.
It's the hole in the wall. Just I think is representing just a general like expression of the boyfriend's parents like anger shit maybe. But again, are you afraid that they're gonna come to your wedding and like
violent,
punch a cake or like also kind of act out?
Let me ask you this to probe further. She said no. Sorry.
No,
Have they
go
hit?
ahead.
Have they hit him before?
I don't want to. I don't now. No.
Okay, I'm reading between the lines. And on the call, was your boyfriend scared?
Yes.
I see.
What is his relationship with them nowadays?
They're pretty close. It's just like, how how Ethan, you have that T word that you don't bring up.
Yes.
I'm
Trisha
Caleb's.
Paytas.
I'm Caleb's. Like, we just don't talk about the parents because it makes both of us kind of just a little bit more sensitive because, luckily my mom is really, really kind to him. And he stays over a lot. He's like, yeah, it's awesome.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. Families are complicated. And listen, what's happened to him in his life, I don't have the whole backstory. You guys are young, you know what I mean? There's going to be a time in your life where you'll be able to move out and be by yourselves without the influence of anyone else. But I will say this, and you tell me what you think. I'm putting this out there. I think that you should invite them because you can't go back and re-invite them. You know what I mean? Like, invite them in the hopes that, something you're able to resolve this somehow amicably in the future. But
I was thinking a similar thing because I think there's something to be said about the path of least resistance. You know, I mean, again, it'd be one thing if you felt as though they were going to come and punch fucking holes in the wall at the wedding, but if there's something to be said about avoiding, because I feel like with these people's anger issues, like if they're not invited to the wedding, it might bubble up more.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'm like, but you can't just have that as like a thing hovering over your head, like dictating your actions.
The thing is, he's still there. He's still part of their lives. So
right.
What does your boyfriend think, or your fiance, or does he?
I'm very curious what he thinks. Yeah.
Does he want to invite them?
He's kind of on board with me, but my mom also if it's okay, she would like to say something.
Yes,
as
please.
well.
I would love to hear from your mom.
So my take on this is invite them, and if they choose not to come, that's on them. But she did the right thing by inviting them.
Your mom has it all figured out. Venus. She's a wise woman. And
someone
a great
get
woman.
her mom a Gecko costume.
Yeah, she's a wise woman.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, I got a good feeling about that mom of yours.
It's Jewish mom things. You get it.
Can I talk to your mom? Is she there? What's your mom's
I'm right
name?
here, yeah.
Or give me an alias so that.
Sam.
Sam. Okay. Sam.
Sam.
Sam. I don't know why I get this feeling, but are you single?
No.
Okay. Because there was no mention of the dad. So
No, sure. What's your relationship like?
What's the step
with your husband?
Yeah, you guys have a solid thing?
Yeah. Okay. For sure.
Nice. What was your wedding like?
Sorry, I was just watching Milk Manor on Sunday, and I just been possessed by all kinds of weird thoughts.
We actually eloped in Scotland because my mother-in-law tried to take over my wedding. So we just eloped in Scotland. So I get where she's coming from.
To all this to say, Emily, Venus, it sounds like you have good folks in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I think a couple of looming bad apples shouldn't, take away from the fact that it sounds like you have a life filled with love and a cool mom and a cool name too. So dive into all that.
Totally not Emily.
It's totally Venus.
No, who's
I'm
Emily?
happy for you.
Who's Emily is a good question. I never heard of it. I don't even know why I'm saying it. Mom, is your mom a good cook? What is her specialty?
Oh,
does she have a special dish?
She's one of the best cooks ever.
What's her dish?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them right now. I'm really liking her quiche. Quiche is really good. She
what is
also
a quiche?
You don't know what
believe
quiche
a
is?
quiche is like an egg cheese based kind of pie with stuff in it. Do I have that right?
Yeah,
egg pie.
I call it egg pie with like meat in it. My mom adds like bacon or ham.
All right, listen, y'all got it figured out. Invite them, but is your dad a big guy? Can you throw down?
No. I mean, he's big, but he can't throw down.
He's not going to like the way you laughed about that.
Jesus.
Well, you should invite Ethan, and he can be the bodyguard instead.
Oh
Sounds
yeah,
good.
Ethan. If you ever do need any contacts into the drag world, let me know. I have a few.
Oh, okay, that's great. Thank you.
Of
Yeah, I'd love to
course.
come to the wedding, but I'm not allowed in Canada. I was arrested for trafficking
Oh, you know what? That is
back in
correct.
95.
I'm learning so much about you.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Keep those quiches coming, Mom. And Venus, totally not Emily. Have a great wedding, okay?
God bless you, Venus.
Yeah, God bless.
Thank you guys so much. Peace and love. Love you guys so much.
Peace and love.
Bye.
What's your relationship like with your mom?
I think we just solved the case.
Well, no, her mom did. We didn't do anything, but
yeah, her mom kind of got ahead of that.
Yeah.
I think you may have opened up a case or two.
Sometimes things that like start off heavy, they end up being light.
Sorry, I'm just
Spooky. Are you there?
I'm bringing them in right
now. Spooky. Okay,
now.
I have
Hold
a
on one
question
second.
already for the spook.
Hello.
Spooky, you there?
Spooky, do you think Spooky?
I can find something else to tickle your brains with.
Spooky, no. Do you think
if that's too much? Yeah.
I want to ask you a question right off the bat. You have a family member dying of cancer. Are you afraid of being spooked by them after they die? Let's talk to Bryce and hopefully come back to Oni.
Okay, let me dig up Bryce. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, so you make any friends at the adult?
I made friends with this. I made friends with a male porn star guy, and I made some joke to him about like doing porn in the Gecko costume. But because that's like his world, it didn't register to him as a joke. He was very much like, oh yeah, you could make.
They've
a lot of
done
money
worse than
doing that.
Yeah, I've seen weird ass porn, bro.
There's Bryce.
Bryce, my boy.
What is up, Ethan, Lyle? Big fan of both of y'all.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm a big fan of you, Bryce.
Thank
Bryce,
you
what's
so
going on? Let's get right into it.
Let's
Bryce.
get right into it. I've been in a relationship. It's going to be 6 years in March. And we have intercourse, like a lot of relationships. Nice.
Bro,
and
sick.
Fire.
That's epic.
It's good.
That's epic, bro.
And here's the thing, though. She is like, she's perfect. She is, I took her virginity. She was a very timid girl. And she's like the most perfect person ever. But I feel like she does not enjoy intercourse in the way that I do. I feel like she more so does it because I want it. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah, it does.
Yeah, and so, yeah.
Have you guys like had that conversation? Like, have you told her that that's how your read of the situation?
Yes, I tell her that,
response?
and then she denies it, of course. And maybe it's just my insecurities, like thinking that I'm not doing a good enough job or something. But I don't know. I just have always felt like it's more so her doing it for me than doing it for herself. And I'm always the one that takes initiative and whatnot.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, if looking back, did she enjoy it more in the beginning of your relationship, or has it always been the same note?
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you this. We were young when we first met. Like, we were like 19. And when we had sex, it was like all the time in the car, just, college student stuff. And she never really finished back then.
She's a woman that cannot, or as
Well,
far
no,
as you know,
she didn't for like the first year. We just never focused on it. It was more so about time, like, let's get it done.
Let me finish.
No. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
That means you're coming. That means it's
Right.
about when you come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have you like talked to her about like, hey, listen, what could I do to make this experience more enjoyable for you?
Yes, we've talked about that, and
What
I
did she
guess
say?
maybe I don't understand her perspective, but she has told me that it is more so about like emotional intimacy when it comes to that, and it's difficult for me because as a guy, it's like it's really just I need to rub it out. You know what I'm saying?
There's an interesting thing happening here.
Yeah.
So the first year you guys were having sex all the time.
Yeah.
But then you're talking about the second year she started to experience an orgasm, or tell me kind of.
Yeah, we started living together, and so it was more so like we had more time, and we could really talk about those things. You know, you get more comfortable in the relationship and whatnot. But even so, there have been times where like I feel like she maybe even faked it, just and she admitted
Okay.
it.
Was there ever
Go
a
ahead, go ahead.
point in your relationship where you feel she was sexually gratified or sexually satisfied?
Yes, very sparingly, if you get
So this has
that.
been something you've been insecure about for a long time.
Oh yeah, almost like the whole relationship. Yeah.
And like when you try to bring it up, she completely says that she doesn't. There's nothing wrong, and like there's no inkling of a thing that she would like you to do, or. And I'm more curious about like her response when you bring this up to her. What does she say?
Yeah, it's just always, oh, I do enjoy it, even if that's the thing. I have always associated finishing with enjoying it.
She said,
And
well, she said, even if what?
even if she doesn't finish, she enjoys doing it and letting me finish.
Have you gone in like having sex with her, being like, I'm gonna try my best.
This one's
this
for
one's
you,
for
baby.
her. Have you
Yeah.
gone into it
Oh,
like
yeah.
taking the
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Okay, how does
Yeah.
that go?
I think it goes well, but again, that insecurity is still there. Like while I'm doing it,
That she doesn't really want to be there.
right? Exactly.
And what sexual act makes her finish? Because some women's
talk to me,
bodies
baby.
are very different. Some women can finish through, normal intercourse, penetration. A lot of women can only finish through like direct stimulation, hand movements, mouth movement. You know what I'm saying without getting too graphic.
Of course.
What's that?
Yeah, it's
You want to
what
say?
it really
Yeah,
is.
sure.
Lots of oral, I guess, beforehand, and
Okay.
then switching
You're
up
putting in the work.
positions. Yeah, and
Yeah.
stimulating with my hands on other parts while I'm penetrating, and
Okay.
trying not to calm myself.
And do you have a problem with premature ejaculating?
It's not premature, but we're so comfortable with each other that my body, because when we first started, doing it, I feel like I was so nervous that I wasn't finishing, and now we are so comfortable together that I can, on a flip of a dime, just let her rip.
Can I ask you this? So you talked to her and she was like, "Oh, for
It's
me,
not
it's
farting, Bryce.
You said she said that for her it's about the emotional aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Have you talked to her about like, okay, how can I best serve that?
Candles.
We've talked a little bit about it. I guess
Oils.
that's a place where I can improve, is talking more about what that means to her. She literally sometime has told me that like she enjoys talking and being emotional, like speaking to each other during the intercourse. Like that helps. But that's kind of, I don't know, it's weird for me, I guess.
I have an observation to make.
Please.
What's
you
up?
strike me as a guy who you've described coming as letting it rip. You've said that you can come in 3 seconds. You even described a whole first year of having sex with her where the focus was on time, or as I interpret that, as you busting and then the interaction being over.
Right.
What I'm seeing you as a guy who's very mechanical. He wants to get in and get it done. I'm seeing your girlfriend as somebody who's very emotional with sex, and this is not uncommon. Some women and men, it really, it is a very emotional experience for them, and so I think you need to be extraordinarily mindful of what sex means to her. It means like hanging out a little bit beforehand, having some snuggling, lots of kissing, talking about stuff, like a buildup. I'm not talking about, you can't be getting in there and then, letting it rip and then complaining she didn't enjoy the sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. No, yeah.
Because she doesn't strike me as someone who's real freaky, who's trying to get all weird in the bedroom. It sounds to me like she wants to have an emotional connection and that to her is the most important thing about sex.
I think you're absolutely right. I think I need to reevaluate my own relationship to quote letting it rip.
Absolutely, yeah. You
gotta let it rip emotionally.
Ooh,
you gotta come beautiful words out of your mouth into her ear vagina.
Found that for that one.
That's beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Is there anything else we can help with?
Well, I would also recommend couples therapy to you guys because
I was thinking that too.
It sounds like you guys are in love. It sounds like you adore her, and it sounds like she's been with you for 6 years, and you're not even sexually gratifying her, so she got to like you too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I recommend go to counseling because that's a great place to work out these kind of deep emotional issues. Because you know what, in a case of someone like that, without knowing anything about your girlfriend, who I'm sure is lovely, there could be some kind of sexual trauma in her past. I don't know if that's presumptuous, but there could be something that makes her turn off during like these quick, or it's just turned off a sexual part of her brain. And I don't know, but I'm saying that, sex is I think we're discovering more that sex is such a personal and powerful and emotional thing, and everybody is so different in how they experience sexual gratification or excitement that we can no longer just assume that people are going to have the same expectations as us in a sexual encounter. So different.
But even the fact that you're calling us right now and that you have, because a lot of people will say this, like they'll call in and talk about this, and I'll be like, "Did you talk to them about it?" And they'll be like, "No, I haven't yet."
Yeah.
So even the fact that you did that, like, just you're trying, is a lot. So
I agree. But also, having that level of insecurity is also not good in a relationship. You want to be fully there. You want to be fully present with her. And so when she tells you, I'm fine, you want to be able to believe her, right? And so, you guys, I do think it's important to get through this. And I do think you guys can get through this. But I think you got to probably go into the acts more about like, what does she do? Make it all about her, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to feel that she's satisfied. You don't want to feel insecure. Follow her lead. Follow her cues. Don't listen to your cock. You know what I mean? Just follow her. Just listen to her body, what she's saying, what she seems to like, and maybe
let her have her way.
Just let her have her way.
Where's that from?
That's Jordan Peterson. Play the whole thing for me, Zach.
Well, caller, how was that helpful?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, good. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Thank you for talking to me about this.
I have more questions.
Oh, you have more questions?
It's
your show. I want to let you do your thing.
No, I listen. We're on the same wavelength here, but things. Have you guys ever done like explore different kinds of sexual, I don't want to, maybe not fantasies, but like, I don't know, if you guys just go in there and do it missionary? Like what's the extent of your guys' exploration?
Fantasies.
We've tried some stuff in the past, like, role play or whatnot, but I feel like it always just comes back to as long as we're trying different positions and, I don't know, trying to keep it interesting, it works.
When you say role play, what kind of role play are we talking about?
I'd like to know that.
Yeah, we can get into it.
Are costumes involved?
Well, here's the thing. We're both theater kids. Shout out Olivia.
Okay, perfect.
So we, there was a time where, like, I don't know, maybe she pretended she was a stripper and I was the client.
Oh my God, bro!
Have you? I am. Who's?
I guarantee that's not her.
I was about
fantasy,
who has she ever suggested a role play, or is it typically?
That was literally like year 2 of the relationship.
Bro, you are. This woman is a saint, bro. You gotta figure it out.
Has she ever suggested a role play, or is it all from your imagination?
It's my dark twisted fantasy, I guess.
Hey, what was her stripper name?
Cherry. I don't know. No, I'm just
Bro,
making...
you are depraved.
My beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy.
Has she ever proposed a role play?
No, of course not, Ethan.
Would you ask her to and she's like, I don't know?
No. It is like had such a weird relationship to sex, meeting at 19 years old that we were kind of nervous to like bring
Well,
any
now
of that
you've been
stuff
together
up.
for 6 years, so.
Yeah. I guess we could reopen the conversation.
Well, but you never asked her if she wanted to do one?
I think you know what she might like as a role play is you role play that you're on your first date and you don't know anything about her.
Oh,
I do know something.
And so this is what she wants. She's like, you get the chance to, you ask her questions. What do you do for work? What's your life like? I think that could be fun.
Also, you could role play as a guy who's taking her out on a date.
Yeah.
To like a nice romantic dinner.
Yeah.
And then you come home, you put on some music. This is role playing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of maybe you can cook her a meal. You know what I mean? Just talk with her a little bit, get lost in her eyes. Then all of a sudden, you make the move. You go for the kiss.
Then I let her rip.
Then you come in your pants.
And then you take off the VR goggles.
But I am seeing a picture, if I can be frank with you, where it seems like your pursuit of sexual endeavors seems very much centered around your needs and desires.
Sure. Yeah.
But I will say it sounds like I said this already, but I'm glad to hear that it seems as though have evolved from that and are now trying. So
you care.
Keep doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've bought like toys and stuff for her, like stuff for her.
Does she use them?
We have, together. We do them together.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's a decent start. You ever use one of those fucking giant back massagers, bro, that look like Power Rocket?
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, back in the day, I mean, not to get too graphic, but
go ahead.
That was like all we had, and it was like that thing started up like a semi truck. That thing was loud.
It's not for everybody because that thing is fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Did that work on her or no?
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: you could not put it directly on; it would like destroy her.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a fucking jackhammer, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember when I first started like masturbating as like a little like when I was like a
Little-
kid. Like I was like
as a little
I
minnow.
was like I remember I was 10 and I had one of those like massager things and I put it on my penis and then there was nothing happening, so it just turned red.
God.
It didn't feel good? Then why'd you do it?
No, it felt good, but it was like, when you're like, I couldn't come back then. So my dick turning red was my version of coming. There was no gas in the tank. So I hope this call was helpful for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Bro, go romance her, dude.
Yeah.
Let her remind her why she fell in love with you.
Absolutely. Thank you,
know what
guys.
I mean?
Of course.
Get out there and keep that girl, bro.
Let it rip emotionally, like you said.
Let it rip emotionally.
Yeah,
That's the motto.
And it's true because maybe sex just isn't that important to her, and and the closeness is what she likes. So give her that.
Yeah.
Rip a dart.
Go rip a dart, bro.
Go rip a dart.
All right.
What is that one from?
That is just a Nelk reference. You know
okay. I met a guy who has been in all of their they have all these like taking a virgin to the club videos. And I met the guy who.
What happens when you bring a virgin to the club?
I haven't seen.
He
the
lets
video.
it rip.
Apparently.
In his pants. Bryce.
Final thing for Bryce.
No, I think we nailed it. I think we did a good job with Bryce. He's a young man. He's only 24.
Yeah, well, it's a hard thing to like when there's like insecurity. It's a hard thing. Like, how much can you help a person you're with? How much can you help their insecurity? Because battling insecurity is such a personal thing. You have to kind of.
It's the worst
a little
too.
bit.
You don't. Whenever you feel insecure in a relationship, It's the worst. So you definitely want to get on top of that.
It's hard because like more validation from other people is not the key to solving your insecurity. So it's like it's tough. You have to do it on your own. But,
Well, that's probably a lot of what's going to lead to on the road of cheating or infidelity is that if you're feeling insecure or unfulfilled in some way, emotionally is what's going to cause people to cheat, in my opinion, unless you're just a straight up sex addict. Thank you, Jeter.
Thank you, Jeter.
Appreciate you.
Get off your phone, throw it into a river.
Sometimes I don't know how to get out of a call.
Are you afraid
and I know it's going too long and it's getting boring. And no offense to Jeter, but I have a second sense to me where I'm like, I got to get out of this.
I found it fascinating. It's beautiful.
All right,
it's beautiful.
Is Dingle here?
Here.
Okay, sorry, I'm making jokes, but your name is Loveberry, right?
Yeah, my real name is Angel, though. I don't mind sharing it. So
It's Angel.
Yes, sir.
And Angel, do you prefer Loveberry or Angel?
You can use Angel. I like my name.
Angel, so are you trans?
No, so I met this guy and
Oh, you have a micro penis story. That's a huge difference.
That's a big difference.
There was a word there that I missed. But I'm interested in a micro penis story actually as well.
yeah, so I was on Hinge one day and I saw this guy that I thought was cute. He dressed nice, he seemed funny. So I liked him. We talked for like a month, talking on the phone, doing all that stuff, watching videos together, watching movies together. And then one day he came over to my house. And so we're at my house, we're watching some videos on my bed. I'm thinking he's cute, so I like go in for a kiss. We're like kissing for a little bit, and then it like gets a little hot and heavy. And then so I ask if it's okay if I touch him, and he says yes. And so whenever I pull down his pants, it is a micro penis. And I didn't have a reaction right there. I just kind of like jerked him off, basically. And then, like, while that was happening, he called me bro twice, and then he called me dude.
Term of endearment.
Bro.
That's my man. I call you a bro all the time, but not while she's jerking me off. What was the context of him calling you bro while you were jerking him off?
He was moaning, and then he said, "Oh, bro."
No way.
Yes, way.
Good bro.
Yes, way.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
way.
So did that like really? Okay, well, hold on.
Better than if you said bruh.
Bruh.
Right.
Yeah, if it's like, oh, bruh.
Bruh. I'm having a bruh moment here.
You know what? Coming is, look, to be fair to him, coming is a total bruh moment. Yeah. Undeniably so.
Very true.
Okay, so he didn't warn you ahead of time because I feel like if you're a guy with a micro penis, and this is a really tough situation to be in, I've expressed my deepest condolences to these guys out there. I think the best course of action is to give a heads up.
You think so?
I think so because you don't want the shock factor. The shock factor is going to be a tough.
How micro of a penis are we talking?
Because you're saying you're able to jerk him off, so I'm wondering,
Right.
like, are we using 2 fingers or are we going with the whole hand?
Or we have like some tweezers.
Jacket
So I don't know how graphic I can get,
Go ahead.
but basically he was kind of a chunky guy, and his I'm also a chunky girl, so nothing wrong with that. But I was like, when I pulled his pants down, it was already hard, and it was basically like maybe an inch or two. So I don't really know if that qualifies as micro penis.
I would say it does, yeah.
When I was jerking him off, like he had a little bit of a fupa, and so when I was jerking, like I felt more of his penis maybe under the fupa ? I really don't know.
So yeah. When you're a larger guy, the penis actually it can get I don't know that it gets smaller, but the fat starts to consume the base of it.
So I'm kind of curious. Okay, so for your calling in, are you attempting to make sense of this? Are you like what? I mean, what did you make of the situation? Like, have you talked to him again?
Yeah.
We're
So
married
basically, after that, so like I jerked him off for a little bit, and after like the second bro, I was pretty much like, my hand's getting tired. I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Okay.
Good bro. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then I don't know, like I'm the type of person who's like really open and honest, so I don't know why I did this, but I was like, "My uncle's coming home. You have to go." And he's like from like a city over, so maybe it was like an hour drive, 2-hour drive. So like when he left, I was just like, "Oh, what the fuck is wrong with me?" And so like we talked for like 3 days after that, and then I like ghosted, and I feel so like really, really bad. And I've been like thinking about it like every single day since it's happened. I just feel like super guilty because like I feel like it's a really superficial reason.
Yeah. This
one.
Well, was it the
stop.
bro or the micro penis or a combination?
It was a combination, but also he had like he was really religious. He had just like come out of like Jehovah's Witness, so like he had been a year like being out of that. And like when he had foreskin, I didn't mention this part because we got a little far, but when his foreskin like wouldn't come down.
Tight foreskin. I've heard
Was
of
it
that.
like crusted with cum and like kind of stuck?
I don't know. I like it looked like it looked like you would like put your head into a turtleneck and like
tight foreskin.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people I've talked to and met who have super tight foreskin, and people always go, "There's a big."
I would be surprised at that.
I hear it all the time now. I see, and I'm saying people always coming out against circumcision has become like a big talking point.
Really?
To consider circumcision genital mutilation. But I will say, and listen, that might be true. However, getting circumcised as a man with tight foreskin, like when a baby gets circumcised, when my sons got circumcised, it literally takes 5 minutes and they heal in like 2 days. But I'll tell you, I know people who got circumcised as adults for tight foreskin, and that shit will change your life for the worse, bro.
Why do you?
Not the same.
You're circumcised, aren't you?
You are not the same man. Yes, I am.
How do you feel like that's negatively impacted your life?
Not at all.
I am Jewish.
No, I'm happily circumcised.
Like,
yeah,
it looks like a worm or something.
The
I was like, that
anteater.
in my head was mutilation. Hey, are you still there?
Yes, I am. I'm
yeah.
here.
So back to Loveberry.
So I'm gonna say that I understand why you did what you did because you want to be honest, but like it's hard. Like at what point? Like you don't want to be like, hey, I don't want to talk anymore because you have a small penis because you don't want to hurt his feelings, but also you don't want to talk to him anymore, and you don't have to. So I mean, what part of this are you feeling the most guilty about?
I just like I know that if like someone did this to me, I would like I don't like being ghosted. I don't ghost people. That's not something I do.
Okay.
And I like obviously like it isn't like a problem. Like it's not his fault that happened. It's like I don't know. I feel like I'm just like putting too much on him. Like and I'm not doing enough. Like maybe I should have said something. Maybe I should have just been like, "Hey, I don't think it's gonna work out."
How long ago was this?
Like, so that was in November, but he texted me most recently on New Year's. So he's like texted me a few times since that, and I just
I get what she's feeling bad about. Like you know you're confronted with the. Okay, yeah, I get it, but it's hard. That's why I feel like he should have warned you ahead of time. And it's just horrible. Having a micropenis is generally I feel so sorry because it's not a good conversation. It's like having, it's almost like having. I was gonna say like it's like having full-blown AIDS, bro. Because you gotta say something. You gotta be like,
okay, I guess I'm following.
Yeah, you gotta be like, baby, listen, before we get freaky, I gotta tell you, I have full-blown super AIDS.
Well, you know what? It's also a possibility. He might not know that he has a micropenis.
He knows.
He might not know.
This man's been watching porn since he was 8 years old, like the rest of us. He has spent a lifetime of fucking having giant hogs in his face.
Well, she said he was Jehovah's Witness, so if he was devout,
he might
maybe
not know he has a micropenis.
Yeah, he might.
Okay,
not be
hold
aware.
on. Let's. I want to keep probing, much like you probing for his tiny penis. Now, you're so fast with it, Zach.
It is very impressive.
Now, Loveberry. First, I want the details. Were you able to hold the whole thing in your hand, or were you jerking with 2 fingers? Genuinely curious.
So I'm like 4'10". I have pretty small hands, so it fit in my hand.
Okay. And did it pop out the top of your hand, or was it contained in your fist?
It was contained.
Wow.
Was it just jerking off, or was there any?
She said that.
Was there any like oral sex, or it just kind of ended like that?
So we kissed for a while, and then that happened. But I was on my period, so I told him that we wouldn't do anything to me, so we wouldn't have had sex or anything either way.
I gotta say, there has blowing a guy with a micropenis, there is something like r/oddly satisfying about you can put the whole thing in.
Yeah.
Fisting.
Yeah. There'd certainly be no problem by the sound of that.
I understand that why you feel. I think for this particular instance, I think the window is past. You like if he texted you a month ago, you don't want. No, I mean you don't want to text him back and be like, "Hey, sorry," because
No. I actually going to disagree with you.
Go for it.
Men are fucking. We are at general pathetic. We don't care. You know what I mean? Like I'll take you know what I mean? Oh, I'm married, but like I'm sure he'd take her back. And here's what I'm thinking. My question for you is this, Loveberry. Do you have feelings for this guy? Are you still interested in him?
I remember, like, honestly, I have a pretty bad memory, and I talk to a lot of people, and I go on a lot of dates. So I remember him being really funny. I remember him dressing really nice, but I wouldn't say I have feelings for him. It's more just like in the back of my mind where I'm like thinking about it all the time. Like just the way I reacted, it's like not me.
Well, then
I retract myself. I think it wouldn't be a horrible thing to be like, hey, had fun, let's be friends. If you actually want to be friends with
or
them.
not even to be friends, but like maybe just if you feel so bad, just say, hey, I wanted. It's awkward, right? But just say, what would you say if you could say something to him? I'd like to know.
That's a good question.
Me?
Yeah.
Like maybe I would say, hey, I'm really sorry for the way I reacted whenever we hung out. I think it was really terrible of me to ghost. Like that's not the person I want to be, and I want to change like what I did.
And then he says to you, I don't why did you leave? He says, why did you make me leave? He doesn't.
Why did you unmatch me?
He says, I don't understand why you did that. What do you say?
That's so fast.
I would say I know this is probably not the best thing to hear and wouldn't sound the best coming from me, but I just don't think we would work sexually.
It's me.
Yeah, maybe it's better you don't reach out to him. You're just gonna have to swallow your guilt on that one, girl.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
It's hard to kind of like gauge just how honest because I guess you have to wonder, like, when you're saying, hey, you have you don't have to say, right, the way you phrased it, we don't work out sexually, like.
He's going to figure it out.
He's going to figure it out.
It's not her problem. You know what I mean?
There's more to life than, having a micro penis.
I think
Not
Angel, I mean, I get why she's felt guilty, but, she may have been shocked, but she still did the act,
Right.
What I mean?
She still touched his penis.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
From his perspective, he was probably stoked.
Bro, he was bro.
Yeah, right.
I'll say this. If the devil came down and was like, you must open this box, and inside is a life where you have a small penis, and then or it could be a life where you have AIDS. If I opened the box and it was the small penis life, I'd be stoked. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Well, you can outlive with AIDS pretty much for indefinitely.
It's cool to have any kind of a life, even one with a small penis.
No, I would take a micro penis over a terminal illness for sure. I want to live, damn it.
Can I say your green face paint makes your eyes look so red, and it was really tripping me out for a minute.
Who's mine or or Lyle's?
Right.
But
yes.
The green just makes your eyes look so
The face paint.
I smoke 2 joints before I go to work, and then I treat the mentally ill.
Big old doinks.
I trip out when the mentally ill talk to me about their problems. I go outside and then I smoke a joint. This drug addict, he says to me, I'm seeing multiple of you. And then I go outside and smoke a joint. Smoke, smoke, smoke every day. Fuck these mentally ill people. I just want to get paid. Smoke, smoke weed every day, man. I just want to be high every day.
Bro, are you fucking high right now?
I go to church and I'm high. I don't understand a thing that pastors say. I go to funeral.
and I'm high.
Go ahead, take it.
And I say to the rabbi, God, why?
Oh.
Did you make me so high?
Oh.
My.
God, why did you make this weed so good?
I
If
take
you
a piece
didn't-
of the Torah and I roll up a blunt.
Oh.
It's so good.
That's, yes. God, why did you make this weed so good, man? I went to my mother's funeral, I was high.
Fuck, this is not good.
I barely remember that day. Yes. Lord. Yes, I smoke weed before I get in the car, man. And I just arrive at my destination. Where the fuck have I been?
Good smoky flavor.
Yes. Smoke every day. Yes.
Alrighty.
Thank you. People saying the Gecko costume really slims me.
Yeah, it's on.
You look great.
Oh, there you go.
Wait.
We have Ani
Hi, is
here.
this Oni?
It's Ani, I guess.
It's awning.
Ani, how's it going?
It's good. I'm sorry. I'm very nervous
No,
right now.
don't be.
Yeah, I smoked a bunch of weed, so.
Oh shit!
You heard his song. It was like a siren call.
I want to do porn, but my boyfriend says no way.
No. All right.
Okay, wait. Oni. All right.
How you doing, Oni?
So,
What's going on?
Ani. I'm trying to find. So how?
She's right here. We can just ask her.
Yeah. How old are you? Where do you live? Or don't tell me where you live. Just tell me how old.
What's your social security number?
That's fucked.
Yeah.
No, so I'm 20. Yeah, I started doing OnlyFans 2 years ago, literally like right when I turned 18, because I was like, fuck it. Like I wasn't feeling like I had much to live for. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna live long anyway. Let's do this.
Sure.
Okay.
But
have you been successful on OnlyFans?
yeah, I've made enough to quit my job, and I worked at a bank. Like
So that's kind of awesome, right? Because that's what the dream in a lot of ways, to be self-employed. How much are you pulling in a month, may I ask?
I don't want to talk about it just in case any of my I have my subscriber count. I have certain things turned off so people don't figure out who I am.
So what's the sort of issue with the boyfriend?
Okay, so the issue with the boyfriend is I am at a dilemma of if I should ask him to do like a video with me. Because I don't know, he said very conflicting things to me about my OnlyFans. So he thinks it's cool that like I can make my own money and do like I have plenty of free time to help him out with just random shit that he needs done. And it's just I don't know. And then sometimes he talks like weirdly about women. He's like, "Oh yeah, all those girls," or you know, some type of way. And so I'm not really sure if he's like into the OnlyFans thing or if he's just down because of the money or
What have you had like a conversation with him where he like expressly said anything or anything like that?
No, but he's I don't know.
Let me ask you
maybe I'm
this.
just
Let me
scared.
ask you this. How long have you guys been together?
We have been together 2 years.
So were you dating him when you started the OnlyFans or after?
After I started the OnlyFans, I started dating him. It was kind of at similar times, but the OnlyFans came first, and I told him about it, and he was kind of like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to date an OnlyFans girl, like blah blah blah." And
How
So
long ago did he say that?
that was at the very beginning of our relationship, and we were sitting in an IHOP.
So he told you he didn't but you guys have been dating for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yes.
has it been like a point of content? I mean, this is your job, so I assume you're talking about it all the time. I assume the nature that you do OnlyFans is in your guy. You guys,
Yeah.
it's brought up.
Yeah, it gets brought up, but he always seems really weird about it. Like he doesn't want to see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Really?
How does
yeah.
how does his feelings about your OnlyFans make you feel?
Well, honestly, I'm glad that he doesn't want to see what I'm doing, because on one hand I can see like it's weird for him because it's like for other guys, but at the same time they're just paying customers, so I don't know what the big deal is, and I've offered to give him just like a free account because I can do that.
I mean, I do the same thing here. I just don't show my dick. You know what I mean? I'm out here entertaining people. It's just my dick is in my pants. Is that a good analogy?
We're grateful for that.
Yeah.
Let me ask. Okay, what kind of content are you making? Is it you're just taking nude pics, or are you like self-pleasuring? Is it graphic?
It's not too graphic. It's just like self stuff and like lewd. It started with like lewd pictures, like bikini pictures and stuff. Because I know I have the vibe like, oh, I'm a young girl. I don't know what I'm doing, and I got like a shit ton of people like in the first month I started, and it blew my mind.
How'd they find it?
So I have a TikTok, and one day, like I was just dicking around after high school and I started posting on TikTok. This was like right when COVID started, so I had too much time. And at some point I had 10,000 followers. And I was like, oh my God, that's mind blowing. Like, I'm sure everybody knows that type of feeling. So then I decided to start the OnlyFans, and I put it in my TikTok bio. Don't do that.
Yeah,
if anybody's watching, do not do that.
Well, would it be ideal if he was into the OnlyFans, or you prefer to just have your like separate universes?
Separate universes, but I don't want to hurt him in any way by not including him in everything in case that's what he wants. But he hasn't expressed any, like, I don't know. He just seems to have weird opinions on women who do stuff that I do. But at the same time, he's a very nice guy. Like, he's perfect. He's got a great dick. It would look good on camera. But yeah.
So the issue is not about like, oh, this OnlyFans thing is a point of contention in our relationship. It's just about whether or not you want to get him to show his dick on camera.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, hold on. When you say you want to start doing porn,
I don't mean with other people.
Just him.
Yeah, just him. He doesn't have to show his face because obviously in like most porn stuff, nobody wants to see the guy's face anyways. Like, I can say that I'm a girl. I watch a lot of gay stuff. But besides the point, I told him that I was going to unblock the state that we lived in, and he didn't seem to like that, which that's like
he's embarrassed.
A huge revenue.
He's embarrassed. He doesn't want people to know that his girlfriend does OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And do people know, has anybody connected the dots with who you are and what you do in your life?
No, actually, I'm pretty open about it with like my friends and stuff.
Okay.
Like my family doesn't know except for my brother, and my brother clowns on me quite a bit for it, but that's what brothers do.
And do you think that you would be making substantially more money if you included your boyfriend in something like that?
I think I would, because I've had a lot of requests for like, some sloppy toppy vids.
What'd you say?
She said sloppy toppy vids.
Oh, sloppy toppy.
Yeah.
Do you currently do sloppy toppy on like a fake one?
Well, I've had that request too, but that doesn't feel right. You're not going to get the same energy from the real thing. You know, you need the authenticity.
Could be worth a try, though.
Yeah, I guess it could.
I mean, I'm just giving you advice because my opinion is that this guy is not going to want to do this with you, based on what you're saying. In fact,
cock.
Yeah, that's just my prediction here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It doesn't sound like he's going to. I mean, look, if you guys have a close enough relationship, I mean, you should ask. I guess you know. Right. You know, go for it. But I don't know. I'm still stuck on this whole thing of like. It sounds like he. I mean, I don't know. I don't know this guy, but it sounds like he has like a problem with what you do. Then that is a weird, like, contentious point. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because I mean, you guys have been going on for 2 years, and you sound like you're happy with him.
And the one important thing I do want to say is that he knew what you did from the very first day you guys started dating. This isn't something you foisted on him.
Yeah,
he knew this going in.
Yeah, I think because in the beginning of me doing OnlyFans, it was only like, you know, cute little lingerie photos. And then I gradually started to expand, and I would send him pictures and stuff of what I was doing so he didn't feel left out, you know? And now I'm worried that if I take like another big step, like even if that's doing like, I don't know, more graphic content, I'm worried if that would be an even bigger issue for him because I have bigger goals for where I want to get in life, and I know what's going to get me the most money. But at the same time, I love this guy, but I don't. Yeah, I'm just at a loss.
You know, obviously, you got to talk to him about all this. I think you really got to just ask him, like, do you approve of what I do for work?
Right. I feel like there's like so much is like bubbling, and it's like can we have the conversation of like, hey, what's going on? You're saying all these things about people who do OnlyFans, but like I mean, if you guys had a in-depth conversation about this stuff, because it seems like it's just like bubbling in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Have you had the conversation?
No. There's just a lot bubbling.
So you
got to bring it to the surface.
You have never asked him, do you respect, what do you think about my profession? Or you know what I mean? You never asked him that?
I've never asked him that, but I've asked like, hey, what do you think about me posting something like this? And he tries to give me his opinion, but he leaves it more of to like, like if I wanted to post a nude, I'd be like, hey, what do you think of this? Do you think I should post it? And it's just he would give me like his body language would say no, but his like words would say so. I think he's uncomfortable with it, but his words are telling me the opposite, and I don't know what to do.
Well, I think there's so much like assuming going on. We're talking about his body language. Like you've been dating the guy for 2 years. You know, you just have a conversation about it.
I'm fucking nuts.
Here's what you got to do. Ask him, do you respect my profession? Let's just figure it out.
Yeah.
And then ask him, if he says no, sorry, I have ice in my mouth.
Love that.
I had ice in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
If he says no, then you kind of have a problem and you guys got to work out. If he says yes, then you can move on to the plan B. Can I suck your dick on camera?
What does he do?
And I'm assuming there's going to be a nice little bit of money in that for him potentially too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if I did get that far, I'm not even sure what I would compensate him. I'm not sure how to split that divide, and I don't want to end up in like a 5% issue.
Yeah.
What does he do for a living?
He takes that 5%.
How the fuck did he do that so fast?
My dream.
He's the best in the game.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, Zach's great. But my boyfriend, he has a normal job. I'm not going to give too many details
Does
about
he make
it.
a lot of money? What's his income?
So he where he's currently like working full time, I don't think it's great. He has good health insurance though, which is good for him, I guess.
What's he doing? Like 50, 60,000? What range are we in?
So his current job is probably like 35, but then he has some property that he rents. Yeah. So it's a property that he rents. He's good. He makes probably like 60.
So he's a landlord.
He's a landlord.
How's
too.
he a landlord
Yeah,
that makes
so-
35K?
Two
Wait, I wanna
controversial occupations.
That's
Yeah,
right
talk
too,
about
baby.
landlord. I don't.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. How did he afford to buy an apartment with that income?
He just got lucky. I don't know. He didn't do a whole lot in his 20s, and he just saved like a bunch of money up. And it's like in the very past few years that he's
Yeah, I mean, he's already
able to
fucking
do that.
people over. He's just not doing it on camera. So, but I guess my point, this is interesting. So he makes about 35K. You probably, based on what I understand of how well you're doing, could easily compensate him that much for participating in your videos?
Yeah.
Would you pay him something like 10,000 a month, or is that too much for you?
I would fucking love to do that. Honestly, like I want to take care of this man, but I feel like it comes off like real weird sometimes.
Just tell him, bro, because this man is making 35,000 a year.
Sure.
If you approach him like, I want to pay you $10,000 a month.
Right. If he sees it as a business.
All you got to do is, participate with
Let me
me.
suck your dick. Yeah, like
And then maybe he can set some ground rules like, I don't want to do this, I can do this. He can cover his face and all this. To me, I mean, listen, that sounds pretty dope. How old is he?
That's what I'm thinking. Nobody come for him in the comments, okay? I made this decision. I went after this man. He is
brother.
32.
And you're 20?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, but this guy's a 32-year-old dating an OnlyFans model and then like being secretly judgmental.
And makes 35K a year and is a landlord.
Dude, this guy's This guy is going nowhere.
What attracted you to him? What is keeping you wanting to be in the relationship?
Well, he's kind. He's driven.
Driven?
No. So he has his job and then he has his rental property. And I know we fucking hate landlords, but he takes care of his tenants.
That's just
It's
a
like-
joke. I'm sure you can be a good landlord.
It's $800 a month per unit. Like it's nothing crazy. But
Well, let me ask you this. Let's say you guys had this conversation where you asked him if, do you respect my profession, and you kind of got to the bottom of the things that you wanted
Yeah.
to get to the bottom to. Is there something that he could say or information he could reveal about how he feels about you that would change your opinion on the relationship?
honestly, I think it's going to be if he doesn't respect what I do. That's probably just gonna have to be it, because I don't want to waste any more of this man's time. He's gonna be 40 soon.
Well, I thought you said he was 32.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
soon.
I said what I said.
So is he going to be 40 soon, or is he 32?
8 years is
No,
soon.
he's
and
32.
32 is almost 40. Yeah.
In what
That's
world
we
is
say.
32
I mean,
almost
that's why we always
40?
say you're almost 50.
Okay, you're
Ethan.
almost
you're
30 then.
You're 42. You're basically
Do you
50
feel like
years
you're
old.
almost 30?
Yeah.
No, you don't. So stop it, ageist. Shame on you.
No, I feel dead inside, but
So are
We
you kind
are.
of the provider in this relationship? It sounds like you make a lot more money than him. When you guys go out to dinner, do you pay?
I try to pay when I can. He pays when he can. I usually try to pay because we don't go out a whole lot, and when we do, it's like, ooh, it's my little treat.
Would you order
let's
out?
go.
Would you spend money?
Yeah, we go to restaurants and stuff. We get pho and
Do you,
know.
pay for that stuff?
Yeah, sometimes we try to split it pretty evenly, but I don't know.
As a
Like, I wanna
percentage,
hold-
as based on a percentage, how often do you pay for it?
I'd probably say 50%.
Oh, well, that's great.
Okay.
The guy, then that's awesome.
What do you like? Have you ever been in a relationship before this one?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
What do you feel like you're getting out of this arrangement?
He's got a nice dick, didn't you hear?
Sure, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
But honestly, let's get real. How would I know? No previous relationships. Yeah.
But he took your virginity?
Yeah.
Whoa, this is interesting.
Well, Well, okay. Let me put it into perspective.
Dan says get out. Dan is saying get the
Get
fuck
out. I mean, do what you're gonna do. I mean, it's deeply personal, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
2 years, she said.
How'd you meet this old guy? Where'd you meet him, at the fucking hospice?
No, I met him. We both worked at the same restaurant.
Yo, bro, I met this high school girl that was
Dude,
hot as
this guy,
fuck tonight.
this guy fucking sucks.
Yo, that
was he a
explains
manager? Well, what was
so
his,
much.
what was his role?
No, he was my coworker. We had the same like job title and everything. And I thought he was like, maybe like 25. Like he looks very young for,
What's her name again?
It's kind of hard.
Ani, listen. Look, I think to be in a relationship with someone, it's a whole thing. It's a large part of your life, and you should be with someone ideally who, accepts what you do and is okay with it. And look, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm not gonna tell you what to do. None of us can tell you what to do, but just I hope that you're thinking about these things and whether or not they serve you and what you're kind of getting out of it in terms of your life.
Listen, if my significant other was doing OnlyFans primarily, I would want to see that what she's doing, because if you have a good partner, they're going to care about what you do and want to have input for you and be involved, right? To encourage you or to give you feedback, to support you. So the fact that he's just totally disinterested, to me, is a red flag, right? And not all guys are well suited to be the significant other of someone who's in your field. Not all guys are well suited for that.
And also, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I think being being so young and having a significant other. I mean, especially, you started dating him when you were 18. Yeah, I mean, if you had
how well into 18 were you before when you?
Got it. Okay, I got jokes. Okay, well, not really jokes. Fucking 10 days. My birthday's the 5th, the 15th. Yeah, let's go.
You know that's fucked up, right? You know that's fucked up, right?
Yeah, a little.
Listen, Matt. It bothers. Like, you haven't even had time to be alone and fucking look at stuff.
That's R. Kelly. Two people on stage. Whoa! This man, 10 days after your 18th birthday, girl, you know that's fucked up, right?
Also, you're going to mature past him so soon. Like,
so true,
the
Queen.
fact that he is in the maturity space that you are, or you were when you were that young.
So true.
You're gonna outage him very soon.
So true.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like ripping off a Band-Aid, because I've started to not build a life, because you're right, I'm too young, but I've moved into a house with him. We got a lot going on, and
you moved in with this guy.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Did you move into his place, or you went and got a new place?
To his place, and then he bought a house, and we moved into that.
How's this motherfucker?
So he's
buying
your
houses?
landlord.
I don't understand. This is not adding up. This man makes $35K. How is he buying houses? He bought an apartment and now a house. What's going on here?
He saves. He's just saves his money.
I guess you can save that much money when you're old as shit.
Oh my God, he's not old. Chill out, man.
Well, I'm older than him. So. But I'm not dating an 18-year-old either. My wife is 2 years younger than me.
Tell me again what you said. You feel like you're getting.
You're
out
the
of
victim. It's not your fault.
Tell us again what you feel like you're getting out of the relationship.
I feel like I have somebody that, I don't know, loves for me and cares in some aspect for me.
Okay.
You know?
Do you when you
he practically adopted you?
When you think about yourself, do you have a good self confidence, respect, image? Or do you have a healthy relationship with yourself?
Yeah, I have a healthy relationship with myself. But I, probably what put me in this situation, and this is gonna go into a daddy issue situation. You want to know how old my father is?
Sure.
38.
How old?
He's 8.
38.
That's pretty wild.
Wait, your dad's 38? Whoa. So he had you when he was 18. So yeah. So wait, so he's very close to your dad's age. That is interesting. So do you like older men in general, or did you just happen to get involved with this guy?
Well, I do, but lately I've started to think about it, and it's like, what if I want to, be able to like successfully grow old with someone to like completion, die together instead of him dying like, I don't know.
Why?
10,
But you're
15
so
years
you shouldn't be
before me.
thinking right now about who you're gonna die with.
You're 20. You got lots of time.
You're young and you're rich, dude. It sounds like it's awesome.
Look, I feel like here's the thing: is nobody can tell you what to do. But
break up with him. I'm telling you. Hey, let me ask you this: you live with him?
Tell my grandma you said that.
What's your grandma think about all
How old's
this?
your grandma? Fucking the 29.
My grandma's 61, and she knows that I love this podcast. She thinks I can text you guys. Like,
That's
she's
awesome.
not. She's like, will you tell Lupin and Ela this? And I'm like,
Aw,
okay.
I love her.
What's your grandma make of this whole situation?
Well, she doesn't know what I do, and she
Okay.
doesn't know about the inner conflict I'm having because I
Okay.
don't want to tell her what I'm doing. So,
Okay, so I have questions. So you moved into his home. Are you paying him rent?
you hear me?
Can you hear me? I think he cut your power.
Ani?
Ani?
You still there? She's still in the channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Do you pay this guy rent?
So we can't hear you. I don't know if it's a reception thing or we could hear you. Now we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Oni, do you pay this guy rent?
My AirPods died, but yeah, I pay.
You pay him rent.
Well,
a loan. How much by percentage do you pay of the rent?
Well, it's like we go in together, but I give him $1,000 every month.
And how much is his mortgage?
I want to say it's 1,800.
Girl, you
Paying more than half his mortgage.
You. Dude, you're paying his mortgage.
Big difference is
This guy
how you pay
this
it
guy
back.
sucks, dude. You're literally paying for his house. Is your name on that deed?
No.
No.
Time to go.
You're getting
Yeah, I think
played
it's-
a little bit there.
Yeah.
How was he? Just imagine, like, if he's okay with you paying $1,000 of an $1,800 mortgage. I mean, that's pretty slimy.
Yeah, I've
Right.
got some things to think about, but I'm gonna let you go because Dan wants to pull the plug. And
No, he
so
doesn't.
No, I don't.
No. Listen, if I wanted out, I would have.
No,
I just-
Ethan's the one that
Oni,
wants to hang up on
I
people.
just kind of wanted an out. Yeah.
Oh, you want to leave?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Got
got
it.
If you want to, I was gonna ask because you said you had some things to think about, and I was like, okay, it sounds to me like because you keep what you do kind of close to your chest, like, is this one of your first times kind of talking about this aloud, and then what are you now thinking about as you have done that?
Yeah, this is definitely the first time on like such a big fucking I've.
Okay, and so I guess before we go, what do you feel like you have to think about?
I have to think about if my boyfriend respects my job.
Okay.
Generally, if he respects me, how serious he sees the future with us.
Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't really he's weird on marriage. So
Listen, I don't want to keep you if you're uncomfortable. So
no. I'm not uncomfortable, Ethan. I'm not. I really have to pee. Really, really, really bad.
Okay, go pee.
Oh well, I'll wait for you if it's just that.
How bad do you have to pee right now?
Why don't you bring it?
It's so bad.
Yeah, go pee. I do that too.
Okay.
During the show.
Pause to pee.
I'm so sorry.
Go. It's fine.
Go for it.
You're good.
Okay.
So this is, what's interesting is she goes.
Yeah, sure.
When she brought her boyfriend up, she knew it was a Pandora's box. So she goes, "Don't hate him, but he's 32."
She
knew
she
where this
knows.
was-
But I feel bad because it seems like she has nobody that she's talking about it to besides this fucking
she's
podcast.
so private about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems like as she's talking about it, she's thinking about it.
Can you believe she's paying more than half of the fucking mortgage?
I
pretty wild.
This is maybe reading way too far into it, but my read on that is like his whole wishy-washiness about like it sounds like he's not really comfortable with it at all.
He just
because he doesn't want her to get financially
exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
mooching off of her,
Yeah.
so he's not okay with what she does, but he likes the money.
Yeah.
That's kind of my read on everything she laid out.
Yeah.
But what a scumbag to stay with someone you don't respect.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good. I think.
I'm back. I'm so sorry. For a
He's back.
second, I thought I was just watching the podcast.
Yeah, you're high, right? We
Yeah.
love that for you. So we're kind of. Oh, were you listening to us then? If you were watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. You're 20, so there's. I think that as time goes on, when this relationship is in the rearview mirror, because I don't think there's any way this lasts. In fact, I think you'll look back and see just how fucked up it was with time.
Yeah.
I think you
I'm
gotta.
just-
Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. That sucks.
Well, you say you're just what? What are you feeling and thinking?
I think we've got to the root of this issue, guys. I think it's a self-esteem issue, which I know sounds very contradictory to the
Doesn't sound contradictory at
OnlyFans
all.
thing. But it's like nobody's gonna love me besides him, like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why I feel like we were getting at that. Like, if
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, what are you getting at? What are you getting out of this? Because obviously you feel like you're getting something out of it, or else you wouldn't be there. So it's like, okay, what are you getting out of this? And then if we get to the bottom of that, like, what's a better way to more sustainable, long-term, self-involved way of achieving that without, fucking
But you're
paying
only
this guy's
20.
mortgage?
Why are you so worried about like being loved? Is it a daddy? I guess a daddy thing potentially.
I haven't had like a really stable like home life. I moved schools like every year up until high school.
I see.
Like I just haven't had a whole lot going on for me. So it's like the first person that really showed serious interest in me, and I don't want to lose that because it was hard to find.
Well, you found it 10 days after turning 18. Was it that hard? As far as time goes, I think you like got it like almost immediately.
That is an excellent point, Ethan.
You know what I mean? Like, you sound like a catch. You sound very sweet. I'm sure you're beautiful. You're making a lot of money. There's lots of guys who will respect what you're doing and love you for who you are.
Well, forgetting about like guys for a second. I mean, if you really feel like you have like a nobody will love me unless if I love myself thing, like I mean, you're like still walking that path of getting like internal self validation and shit. So I mean, that's way more important than like finding somebody who will love you.
Yeah. I've been dealing with like that feeling for a long time too. And like so I've been watching the podcast forever, and my one thing was like I want a relationship like Ethan and Hila. Because you guys, I don't know, you're like yin and yang, like you're all together, like you're the perfect couple in my eyes, even if you're not perfect,
Well, we are perfect, so I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay. All right, never mind. Correct the record.
Yeah, okay, but right off the bat, if you want to use my relationship with Hila as an archetype, I have a ton of respect for what Hila does, and I want to be invested in everything she does. You know what I mean? Also, there's like a super high level of communication between us. Like we know how we feel about everything.
Yeah.
So that's something important that I think you got to take the lead on, just to figure out like what's really going on here. Second of all, I get the feeling you live in a small town somewhere, because I mean you have an $1,800 mortgage for a house, right? Dude, fucking Move to a big city, girl. You got money. You like get out there. You're young. You know what I mean? Like life exists outside whatever small town you're living in, and it's awesome. It's exciting.
Yeah.
There's so much to do, and there's so many cool people to meet. You know, just go. You know, get out there, man.
We are young.
Yeah.
We are older.
Yeah, I hate the idea that this guy is like holding you back in some way from figuring out who you are. You know.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, and I want to sit down and explain that to him, but I don't want to make him feel bad. But
This is
I
a
don't know.
fully grown man, dude.
Look, here's the thing. If you don't want to make him feel bad, you don't have to come at this from a place of fuck you. You know, this is just you making a decision with your own life. You know, it has nothing even really to do with him. So you don't have to worry about making him feel bad.
Here's what I want you to do. Tonight, sit down and say, I want to have a conversation. How do you feel about what I'm doing professionally? That's going to open a Pandora's box, I think, because I have a bad feeling he's going to say. Also, I think it's worth saying, you know, listen, oh, God, this is all so bad, you know, with the rent thing. Shit, I don't know, man.
Tonight.
I think you just got to talk to him. But first of all, ask him if he respects you as your as a professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I feel all right. Definitely gonna smoke some more after this.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this took a turn for you because you just wanted to say, "How do I ask him to do porn?" But actually, the issues are way deeper than that.
Yeah, you were right when you said there was gonna be some interpersonal issues with this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless you guys have more questions, that's about all I gotta say.
Is he home right now?
No, he's at work.
He's at work.
What is where is at work for him? If he's a landlord,
He does.
You don't have to say. You don't have to say.
Oh,
he has
sorry.
he has a day job and he's a
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't hear that. Is there anything else that you want to say before we go, Omi?
No, just love the show. Keep up the good work, Ethan. Please don't get canceled again.
I can't promise that. Do you want to promote your page?
Oh, I don't know if I want to because I gave you my government name.
Oh, right.
So yeah.
So let's not do it then.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
All righty, girl. You're gonna be fine. You're 20. I know everything feels like it's probably everything feels so serious and bad, and it is, right? It's serious, but you're 20. You're young. You're making money. You got it all. Forget about it, huh?
Yeah.
And you're very lovable. I promise.
Thank you.
Yeah. Olivia says you're lovable.
We love Olivia.
We love you.
Aw.
Yeah, and if it's any consolation, I'm sure there's at least a few guys out there who will gladly be for you to pay them to suck their dicks.
Thank
More
you,
than
Ethan.
a couple. More than a couple, I'd say.
Seems like an easy sell.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Anik.
I'm glad we finally got a hold. That was a good one. So thank you, Oni.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
God, Lee, that really opened up when we found out his age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was I like in the call. I mean, we talked to her for a long time. I really could tell that she meant it when she said she has some things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. It's hard because you can sit here and be like, break up with him, but she ultimately has to come to that realization on her own.
I mean, listen, she's living with him.
Yeah.
She's have 2 years of life with him. It's easy to say something like that, but it's a lot harder to actually do that.
You should go if you haven't been to the Grand Canyon.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm doing a tour. I have a podcast, and go check out the Grand Canyon. Those are my plugs.
And nice plug. No one's plugged the Grand Canyon yet.
It deserves a plug.
This is kind of more epic looking. I look so fucked up because my hair is like all crazy. Wait, is it peeing out my hair? Is that really the hair color?
I think it's just your hair.
Yeah, it's very good. It's kind of gold. You're actually like a blonde boy.
You're literally in goblin mode right now, dude.
I hate it.
You're in goblin mode, bro.
No offense, but I fucking hate this hair color.
I'm kind of.
You look
like ombre.
Like what color is this? Like who?
You're.
You think it
Nickel.
looks bleached?
I think it looks awful. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Well, that's what. Are you serious?
Yeah, and I've been keeping that kind of
Well,
low key
I
this whole
agree.
time.
I don't
but
like it either.
Yeah, it was really bad this round.
I don't know why. I just want it to be bleached, and she put the toner.
And as
in.
someone with no hair, I don't feel right judging your hair color. I mean, I guess I have beard.
You painted your ear. You didn't have to do that. You don't have to paint. I have never painted my ears.
I realized that after.
I agree. I agree with Dan. It looks like shit. I'm sorry. I love you, but it looks.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing against you.
No, I agree.
You agree.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I was not happy with it at all.
Right.
And I went through a lot of pain and suffering to bleach it, and I don't know what the fuck. Everyone goes, "Oh, the toner, the toner."
Why did you bleach your hair in the first place?
Well, just for funsies. But
Okay.
then the
It's looked
toner
good in the
comes
past when you've done it.
I
Other
don't-
times you did it.
I agree.
I don't think
Yeah.
it looks bad. I just think your natural hair is nice. Like a lot of people try to get that hair, so I think
Yeah,
it's
you
nice.
got great hair. You rock the salt and pepper. Just own
I've
it.
seen you have like big tufts of hair.
Yeah, usually I keep it shorter these days.
It was like red undertones this time.
I just don't get it. Like, who asked for fucking copper colored hair or whatever the shit this is? I just didn't want this at all.
It exists, so somebody made it.
Look like a
YOLO
statue.
bitches, get some.
It's like having full blown AIDS, bro.